Hello and welcome to Rajya TV, watching news tonight with your host Rajat Kane. Let's have a look at the top headlines of the day. Prime Minister Modi addresses election rallies in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. Hits out at Omar Abdullah for remarks seeking a separate Prime Minister for Kashmir. Asks Congress Opposition Alliance to clear stand on National Conference leaders' demand to restore terms of accession of Jammu and Kashmir. In Odisha, BJP President Amit Shah accuses BJP government of tearing centre's project for state. Rajnath Singh addresses rally in Uttarakhand. Rahul Gandhi in Telangana. NDA picks Bharat Haranjana Seva Chief Tushar Velapalli to contest against Congress President in Kerala's Wayanad. In Jammu and Kashmir, border security force officer martyred in Pakistani shelling in Poonch. 5-year-old girl killed, 11 others including 6 Army and 4 BSF personnel injured. Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist Fayaz Ahmed Lone arrested from Srinagar. OLET terrorist killed in Pulwama. The GST collection touches a record high of over 1,06,000 crore rupee in March. For fiscal 2019-20, government had budgeted a target of 13.71 lakh crore. And after mission Shakti, ISRO adds another feather in its cap, launches a Misat satellite along with 28 other satellites from other nations. Payloads placed in 3 orbits for the first time. Vice President and Prime Minister congratulate scientists. Now, first up are election news in Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday addressed a rally in Rajamundry, city of Andhra Pradesh. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Modi said his government had not increased taxes in the last 5 years, but that has not slackened the pace of development. He also listed out various projects in Andhra Pradesh. The Prime Minister accused Andhra Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu of indulging in corruption in Polavaram project.
आपका ये चौकीदार आंध्र और देश के हर युवा सामान्य से सामान्य व्यक्ति को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हर प्रकार के अवसर देने में जुटा हुआ है। पहली बार सामान्य वर्ग के गरीबों को 10% का आरक्षण हमारे ही सरकार ने दिया है। इससे राजसमंद के आंध्र प्रदेश के सामान्य वर्ग के गरीब परिवारों को लाभ तय हुआ है। आरक्षण का ये लाभ किसी और का आरक्षण छीने बिना, समाज में कोई तनाव पैदा किए बिना, जाति को जाति से लड़ाए बिना, सबको साथ रख करके इतना बड़ा फैसला हमारी सरकार ने किया है।
Now, later in the day, Prime Minister Modi also held a public meeting at Secunderabad in Telangana. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister asked people to cast their vote wisely. He also targeted opposition parties, saying they want a Majboor government. We want to make a Majboot government for a Majboot country. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi on Monday criticized National Conference leader Omar Abdullah's pitch for a separate Prime Minister for Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing a poll rally in Telangana, Modi demanded to know from Congress Party and the Grand Alliance parties if they supported Omar Abdullah's comments.
कांग्रेस के साथी पार्टी की ये मांग आपको मंजूर है? हिंदुस्तान में किसी को भी मंजूर है? वो कहते हैं हम घड़ी की सुई पीछे ले जाएंगे और 1953 के पहले की स्थिति पैदा करेंगे और हिंदुस्तान में 2 प्रधानमंत्री होंगे, कश्मीर का प्रधानमंत्री अलग होगा। मैं जरा जानना चाहता हूं, जवाब कांग्रेस को देना पड़ेगा। महागठबंधन के सभी पार्टनरों को जवाब देना पड़ेगा। इस चुनाव में उनको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। क्या कारण है कि उनका साथी दल इस प्रकार की बात बोलने की हिम्मत कर रहा है?
Earlier addressing a public meeting at Bandipora in North Kashmir, the National Conference leader Omar Abdullah had mentioned about Jammu and Kashmir having a separate Prime Minister and President years ago and whether it needed to be restored to protect the state's identity.
हमने अपनी पहचान को बनाए रखने के लिए आईन में कुछ चीजें दर्ज कराई। हमने कहा हमारी पहचान अपनी होगी, हमारा आईन अपना होगा, हमारा झंडा अपना होगा। हमने उस वक्त अपना सदर रियासत और वजीर आजम भी रखा था जो इन्होंने काटा। इंशाल्लाह उसको भी हम वापस ले आएंगे।
Well, to chat more about Omar Abdullah's statement and how it will play out, we are joined with senior journalist Mr. Shekhar Iyer. Mr. Iyer, thanks for joining us. First up, what is your reaction to Mr. Abdullah's statement?
Well, you can see that it is election time in Kashmir, and both Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah, as well as Mehbooba Mufti, have been rather trying to appeal to the separatist sentiments in the valley, because now the battle is between the two of them, and already National Conference has joined hands with the Congress. So therefore, I can see that for 3 Lok Sabha seats from the Kashmir Valley, that is Baramulla, Anantnag and Srinagar, you can see that both Farooq Abdullah as well as Omar Abdullah, because we have seen Farooq Abdullah equally making some strident noises. And here today we saw Omar Abdullah being the younger face of the National Conference, trying to say that we will take it back to the time when his grandfather, Sheikh Abdullah, was there, that is pre-1953 status. So you can see that, and he even said that if the Congress wishes to distance, it can distance. In the sense, Omar Abdullah is aware that a position that he is taking today can actually be a problem for the Congress, because after all, Congress has to answer to the BJP's questions in the rest of the country. So I think it's purely to further the sentiments during the elections, and with the crackdown on the separatists on the ground, as well as action against Hurriyat leaders, we have seen action on money laundering and several things that's happening now. These two parties, both PDP and National Conference, are somehow trying to stoke those separatist embers, which should be of great help to them. That is what they think.
You think won't such a statement will isolate Kashmiri parties in the national picture more, and of course with a lot of explaining for the opposition too, considering Omar Abdullah and of late Mehbooba Mufti, which just parted with the BJP government last year, they've been seen causing up to the opposition parties for a larger alliance?
Well, I think right now these two parties, both the National Conference and PDP, they are looking at the elections purely because of their whole presence is in the valley, and they have to compete for those 3 seats, because you have a seat in Jammu and Udhampur, which the BJP has always won, and then you have a seat in Ladakh, which we saw last time, BJP winning that. Therefore, now the whole focus is on those 3 seats, because in all, there are 6 Lok Sabha seats. I think it's purely driven by a strategy to compete between themselves for this. And we have seen Mehbooba particularly has been rather openly now trying to embrace the separatist sentiments, because so long as she was in alliance with the BJP, when they had that experiment, she was constrained by the office she held as Chief Minister of BDP-BJP alliance. Now there are no constraints, and she has to revive her own party there, because that alliance also cost her in terms of support in the valley. And her worry is that somehow she's one up over the National Conference leaders like Umar Abdullah so that they can maximize gains from the valley.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Shekharaya. So, in the run-up to the polls, we perhaps may see more such statement possibly from the parties in Kashmir that may stoke politics even further.
Thank you.
Now, early in the day on Monday, Prime Minister Modi sounded BJP's poll bugle in Maharashtra. Addressing a poll rally at Vadra in Maharashtra's Vidarbha region, Prime Minister Modi targeted the Congress-NCP alliance in the state. He said both the Congress party and the NCP looted the farmers of the state in the name of irrigation schemes. Prime Minister blamed 70 years of Congress party's rule for drought in the region, along with weather conditions. He asserted that the work on Lower Vadra irrigation project was being carried out on a fast pace. He said his government was determined to resolve the water shortage in this region.
जिन्होंने 70 साल तक गरीब को गरीब बनाए रखा, वो कभी गरीब का भला नहीं सोच सकते। ये वो लोग हैं जो गरीब के नाम पर योजना लाकर उस योजना के पैसे से अपनी तिजोरी भरने का काम करते हैं। यही काम इन्होंने कर्ज माफी के नाम पर किया, आपके पानी के साथ किया, आपकी सिंचाई परियोजनाओं के साथ किया। कांग्रेस और एनसीपी ने मिलकर सिंचाई परियोजनाओं के नाम पर यहां के किसानों को लूटा है। इसी का नतीजा है कि दर्जनों सिंचाई परियोजनाएं दशकों तक लटकी रही।
BJP President Amit Shah addressed rallies in Odisha on Monday, targeting the BJP government in the state. Shah alleged that corruption is rampant under the BJP rule in the state as no work is done without payment of bribes or commission. Shah said migration of youth to other states in search of jobs is the outcome of the rule of Naveen Patnaik government. Shah promised to reverse the trend if BJP is voted to the power in the state.
नवीन बाबू ने जिस प्रकार से यहाँ पर सौतेला व्यवहार पश्चिम और मध्य उड़ीसा के साथ किया है, इस बार इसका हिसाब किताब करने का समय आ गया है। मित्रों, उड़ीसा के अंदर भ्रष्टाचार की तो मैं बात ही नहीं करता। इतना भ्रष्टाचार चला है, इनके चहीते अफसर कलेक्टर के पास से उगाही करते हैं, एसपी के साथ से उगाही करते हैं, जनता के पास से उगाही करते हैं, कमीशन लेते हैं। ये सब छोड़ दीजिए, महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ का रत्न भंडार भी सलामत नहीं रहा। मित्रों, महाप्रभु का रत्न।
The Home Minister Rajnath Singh addressed election rallies in Uttarakhand on Monday, targeting the opposition for questioning Balakot airstrikes. Singh said the government will not compromise on the national security. He added that BJP government has given corruption-free government under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, besides setting the country on the path of becoming one of the largest economies of the world.
पाकिस्तान की धरती पर जाकर बड़ी संख्या में आतंकवादियों का बर्बाद करने के कामयाबी हासिल की और एक आतंकवादी ठिकाने को ही समाप्त कर हिम्मत नहीं करते। पाकिस्तान परेशान रहा, पाकिस्तान तो परेशान रही, ये बात समझ आती है। लेकिन हमारे भारत में रहने वाले कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टी भी परेशान है, वो नहीं परेशान। क्या कर और ये कहते हैं कि ये बताओ कि आप ये एयरफोर्स के जवानों ने कितने लोगों को मारा?
Well, the BJP on Monday announced names of 3 more Lok Sabha candidates from Odisha. With this, the party has announced the names of 374 candidates overall across the country for Lok Sabha polls. The party also released names of 11 more candidates for Odisha State Assembly polls, which will be held in 4 phases starting from April 11th and ending on April 29th. The BJP has so far announced candidates for all Lok Sabha seats, which will go to polls in first 4 of the 7-phased national elections. Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi on Monday said money proposed under the NIAI scheme would be deposited in the bank accounts of women members of the family. Addressing a rally in poll-bound Telangana, Gandhi said the scheme would jumpstart India's economy and empower country's women. Gandhi promised improve health care for poor by increasing health expenditure to about 3% of the GDP and increasing number of healthcare professionals. He also promised to raise education budget to 6% of GDP if elected to the power.
6% जीडीपी का 6% पैसा हम शिक्षा में लगा देंगे। नए कॉलेजेस, नई यूनिवर्सिटीज, नए इंस्टीट्यूशंस आपके लिए बनाएंगे। आपसे स्कॉलरशिप छीनी गई, वो स्कॉलरशिप आपको वापस देंगे। सरकारी अस्पताल बनाएंगे, नए अस्पताल कि आप कम से कम पैसे में अपने बच्चों का, अपने माता पिताओं का इलाज करा पाए। नफरत मिटाने का काम करेंगे, देश को जोड़ने का काम करेंगे।
The BJP President Amit Shah on Monday announced that Tushara Vellapalli of Bharat Dharma Jana Sena, an ally of BJP in Kerala, will be NDA's candidate against Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad. In a Twitter message, Shah called Vellapalli a vibrant and dynamic youth leader who he represents BJP's commitment towards development and social justice. The Congress had said on Sunday that Gandhi will contest from Kerala seat beside his family pocket borough of Amethi. Samajwadi Party patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav will file his nomination from Mainpuri Lok Sabha constituency today. He filed his nomination papers from same seat after a gap of 23 years. SP President Akhilesh Yadav and party leader Ram Gopal Yadav accompanied Mulayam Singh Yadav during the filing of his nomination. Mulayam Singh currently represents Azamgarh Lok Sabha constituency. He had represented Mainpuri thrice earlier in 1996, 2004 and 2009. The Congress party leader Shashi Tharoor on Monday filed nomination from Tiruvananthapuram parliamentary constituency. Tharoor has been Tiruvananthapuram MP for 10 years and is seeking a re-election for third time. Single-phase voting in Kerala will take place on April 23rd. The BSP on Monday announced its second list of 6 candidates for Lok Sabha polls in Uttar Pradesh, while Amar Chandra Johar has been given ticket from Shahjahanpur. Neelu Satyarthi will be party's candidate from Misrik, along with among others. The BSP, which is contesting on 38 Lok Sabha seats of total 80 seats after entering an alliance with Samajwadi Party, had on March 22nd declared its first list of 11 candidates. The Shiromani Akali Dal on Monday announced names of 3 candidates, including sitting MP Prem Singh Chandumajra for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Chandumajra had been fielded from Anandpur Sahib seat, while former Minister Surjit Singh Rakra will contest from Patiala. The names of candidates were announced by SAD Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal, who added the names of the candidates for the rest of seats will be announced soon. Out of total 13 Lok Sabha seats in Punjab, the Akali Dal will contest on 10, while its ally BJP will fight on 3 seats as per the seat-sharing agreement. As many as 97 FIRs and daily diary entries were registered in Delhi till date against various political parties and others for violation of the Model Code of Conduct in the run-up to Lok Sabha polls. Delhi's Chief Electoral Officer said on Monday that statistics surveillance team constituted to keep an eye on the expense of political parties has seized Rs 51.97 lakhs cash from Outer Delhi and Dwarka. Out of these, 10 is against Aam Aadmi Party, 10 against BJP and 2 against the Congress Party, 1 against BSP and 74 against other or non-political entities. CEO also said social media is being aggressively monitored to check any violation of the poll code, and experts are also assisting the election team. Now, in a crackdown on fake accounts, Facebook removed 687 pages and accounts linked to the individuals associated with the IT cell of the Congress Party on Monday. The accounts are part of coordinated networks and were removed for inauthentic behavior and for pushing spam. These account owners used a combination of authentic and fake accounts to share contents like local news and political events. The majority of these accounts had already been detected and suspended by Facebook's automated system. Now off to some other important national news. The Income Tax Department has attached house of hardline Kashmiri separatist Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, located in Delhi, in connection with an over 3.62 crore tax evasion against him. The flat is located in South Delhi's Malvinagar area. The department has undertaken action against Section 222 of the IT Act and prohibited and restrained the Hurriyat conference leader from transferring the asset. The Indian Space Research Organisation, or ISRO, have successfully launched Misat satellite along with 28 nano-foreign satellites from Sriharikota today. The PSLV hosts 28 international nano-satellites, 24 from the US, 2 from Lithuania and 1 each from Spain and Switzerland. Misat satellite was on board the polar rocket PSLV C-45 from the spaceport. The Misat satellite is aimed at electromagnetic measurement. In a first of the agency, PSLV C-45 will replace satellites in 3 different orbits, which will help facilitate research and experimentation in space. The mission would undertake orbital experiments, including maritime satellite application. This is ISRO's 3rd launch in 2019, after launching GSAT-31 and Microsat-R in February and 1.2 kg CalamSat in January.
Today, PSLV C-45 has successfully injected ISRO's made EMI-SAT in 748 km orbit, as well as 28 customer satellites in 504 km orbit as demanded by the customer. This particular mission is very special for ISRO, as there are many firsts in this mission. The first time the PSLV has flown in a new configuration of force drop-on. The first time the PSLV is carrying out 3 orbital missions in a single flight. The first time the PS4 is powered for carrying out experimental platform. And of course, this is the first time a new PSLV team doing this function.
The Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu congratulated ISRO for the successful launch. He said it adds another feather in ISRO's cap and the whole country is proud of our scientists' achievements. Prime Minister Modi also lauded ISRO scientists for successful launch of Misat.
सफलतापूर्वक लॉन्च करके 5 देशों की 2 दर्जन से ज्यादा सैटेलाइट को अंतरिक्ष में स्थापित किया गया है। देशवासियों की तरफ से सबसे पहले अपने वैज्ञानिकों को बधाई देता हूं।
The goods and service tax collection touched 11.77 lakh crore in fiscal 2018-19 with a record realization of 1.06 lakh crore in March alone. Finance Ministry said the monthly average of GST revenue during 2018-19 is 98,114 crore, which is 9.2% higher than the previous fiscal. The latest figures indicate that revenue growth has picked up in recent months despite various rate rationalization measures. Total gross GST revenue collected in March 2019 stood at 1,06,577 crore, of which central GST was 20,353 crore, state GST was 27,520 crore, integrated GST was 50,418 crores, and the cess was 8,286 crores. The collection in March 2019 has been highest since introduction of GST. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said in a tweet that record collection in the March indicates the expansion in both manufacturing and consumption. In a major breakthrough for security forces in Jammu and Kashmir, 4 Lashkar-e-Taiba militants terrorists have been killed in anti-terror operation in Lasipura area of Pulwama district. The overnight operation was launched by security personnel following a specific information about the presence of terrorists in Lasipura area. As the forces zeroed in the cordon, they came under firing from hiding terrorists. In ensuing encounter, all 4 terrorists were killed. The security forces have seized 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 SLR and 1 pistol from the spot. Search operations are underway to look for more terrorists in the area. In other development, Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist Fayaz Ahmed Lone has been arrested by Delhi Police Special Cell from Srinagar. A resident of Kupwara, Lone was carrying a reward of Rs 2 lakh. He was wanted in a case in which non-bailable warrant was issued against him by Delhi High Court. A BSF officer and 5-year-old girl were killed on Monday as Pakistani troops resorted to heavy shelling on forward areas along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. 11 persons, including 6 soldiers, were also injured in the incident. The officials added that 6 houses were damaged in the intense shelling by Pakistani troopers. Pakistani used heavy weaponry and 120mm mortar bombs to target scores of civilian areas along the LOC in Poonch, triggering panic among border residents. The firing and shelling by Pakistani army was also going on intensely in Krishna Ghati, Karni, Mankot, Gulpur, Degar, Shahpur and Poonch subsectors. This is 4th consecutive day that Pakistan has violated ceasefire in twin districts of Poonch and Rajouri. A Delhi court, on Monday granted anticipatory bail to Robert Vadra in money laundering case. Special Judge Arvind Kumar granted relief to Vadra on furnishing personal bond of Rs 5 lakh and a surety of like amount. The court said Vadra will not leave country without prior permission. It also imposed certain conditions on him and said he shall not tamper with any evidence, influence any witness in the case. Vadra is facing allegations of money laundering in purchase of London-based property at 12 Bryanston Square worth £1.9 million. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu addressed a summit on empowering young grandpreneurs to create jobs at Bhubaneswar in Odisha. Addressing the gathering at summit organized by Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust, Vice President Naidu said that upliftment of rural areas should be uppermost in our planning. He said Mahatma Gandhi had said go back to villages and there is a need to do that today. He emphasized on the need to developing skills of youth in rural areas.
Not only government of the center or the state or the local bodies or the voluntary organizations or the private sector, everybody should give priority for the rural people's upliftment. That is the need of the hour. Not only creating infrastructure, not only providing them road, electricity, telecom, transport, water, market facilities, all these things. At the same time, we need to upgrade the skills of the rural people.
Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching Rajya Sabha TV and News Tonight.